What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam Dukes. This is my PvP add-ons video. So it's finally here. A lot of people have been requesting it. I just couldn't find the time to do it right away, but now that I got the time, here it is, alright? So I am going to try my best to go through each and every add-on that I do use. I cannot go in depth because then the video will be way too long. But if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Welcome aboard the Frost train. Let's do it, baby. Alright guys, so for the first add-on it will be ANYFONT. That's the one that makes your combat text change font basically. And this is how it looks like by default. If you want to change it to any other font, all you have to do is change the name in the font folder, and that will be the font used. Pretty straightforward, but if you do just download it, this is exactly how your numbers will look like. Alright guys, so the next add-on will be Bartender 4. That's the one that lets you customize your bars basically. And when you first download it, you may notice nothing changed. So you're gonna have to type /bartender, and this menu will pop up, and this is where you get to change each bar individually. What I suggest that you do, if you want it to look like mine, let's say like stacked on top of each other, go into the Blizzard art bar, turn it off because it will not go with this. If you don't have a pet, then turn that off as well. And basically everything else is pretty straightforward. You can customize everything that has to do with bars and make profiles for each tune that you got. After you finish that, I would go to the minimap and click Bartender 4, and that's where everything turns green and you can move everything the way that you want it to be set. So I have it like this. I change it from time to time, depending, like if let's say I'm in arena and my bars are overlapping something, I would have to change that. So it's still in the works, right? But you get the point. It's pretty easy. I hope that helped, and let's get on to the next add-on. Alright guys, so the next add-on will be Bigdebuffs, and that's basically what puts like when the enemy is CC'd on their unit frame. So let me show you how to pay attention to my unit frame right here. It has my face on it right now, and when you toggle test mode, so that's exactly where the add-on will be placed, okay? So by default, by the way, go to unit frames, all these will be on, so they will overlap. I mean, they will overlap based on what you priority-wise, right? So I like to have my add-ons, each add-on do something different. So I like Bigdebuffs to just track crowd control, right? Just a CC. So if I have my focus target and I have my targets and stuff like that, I can tell that they're CC'd. If I have everything checked off, CC may not be the priority, and it will show me a lot of other things as well. So I use another add-on for other, for like interrupts, etc. So I checked off everything and just let the crowd control. You can do what you guys like, whatever makes you comfortable. Over here you can set the priority, so I put everything 1 except crowd control, I put it on 100. And then here are the spells, which I don't mess with, okay? Everything should be fine. Alright, so let's get on to the next add-on. Alright guys, so the next add-on will be Gladius. I'm sure everybody knows about Gladius, and that is the raid frame, well not raid frame, but the unit frames that show you enemy trinkets, DR, and all that good stuff. You can customize it by just typing /Gladius. I think there is more than one in Twitch, but this is exactly the number that works with 7.3. So you can just go right through it, buffs, everything. You can customize how it looks, etc. I mainly use it for the DR and the trinkets. You may have noticed in my recent videos that I've downloaded another add-on that is basically a replacement for Gladius. It basically enhances the Blizzard default frames and just gives it a little spunk. And I like it a lot. The reason I still have Gladius is because I'm so used to Gladius that I haven't transitioned completely off of it. But Gladius still works wonderfully. It's pretty straightforward. You don't even have to edit anything, honestly. You can just install it and right away it's good to go. But if you do want to get more in depth into it, you can just go through here. Alright, let's get to the next add-on. Alright guys, so the add-on that I was talking about that replaces Gladius if you want it is called Sarena, and I'm going to put the test mode on so you know how it looks like. I have it set up on this side, but you can set it up any way you want, and this is why I like it. The cast bar just looks amazing. It just makes it so much easier to kick with 1, 2, and 3, Arena 1, 2, and 3 that is. It also shows the trinkets and the DR tracker and what classes they are, and you can change basically everything. So you want to scale it bigger, smaller, whatever you want. This works for me. DR tracker, also the font. You can also change the side of where you want it. So let's say I want the cast bar on the other side, I'll just move it like this. If I want it on this side, I'll move it back like that. You have to click Shift Control to move it. So you hold both buttons and then you move whatever you want. You can also move the class to the other side as well. This is the DR right here. Trinkets, you can move it anywhere you want. So that's pretty much it basically. There's nothing else. It's really easy to set up. Like, you'll get it right away and you can place it anywhere that you want. Alright guys, so the next add-on will be nameplate cooldowns. If you watch my last video, it is the add-on that shows the cooldowns on top of the nameplates. The good thing about this add-on that I like is that, let's say you guys are not in voice, you need to turn on your friendly nameplates on, so it will look like this. And then nameplate cooldowns will also show you the cooldowns of your teammates that they use, so that may help you out, just so you know if he has a cocoon available, etc. Right? By default, everything is checked off, so this is how it looks like. Everything will be checked off, so you will have to basically, whatever you want it to show you, that's what you want to highlight. So you click off the things that you don't want it to show, and you have highlighted the ones that you do want to show. So like for a warrior, I wanted to show me the avatar when he's bursting, dive by the sword, his defensive, and it will also show you the number when it will be off cooldown after he uses it as well. So it's very helpful. I like it a lot, and you get to go through each class to show you. There you go. Okay, pretty straightforward, and this is exactly how it will look like. You get to change the size, so on top of the nameplates, it will just show whatever you have checked off. Whenever they use it, that's what will show up. Okay, next add-on. Alright guys, so the next add-on will be Omnibar. Omnibar is the add-on that, but you can let it show you anything, but most people use it for kicks. It's more beneficial for like healers if you want to set it up for kicks, because as a DK you really don't care. But you can set it up to show you anything, basically. So I'm gonna unlock it, right? So this is where you place it, right? And then you are going to go into your add-ons, Omnibar, and you can add a spell if there's a custom spell. The bars is over here, so you click spells right here. And this is where you determine which one you want it to kick. I have it set up for kicks. But that's only because that's only when I play on my healer. But you can let it show you anything that you want. It will look like this when the spell pops up, depending on where you place it. See? Just like that. It will pop up on your screen. So right now it's just showing kicks. I also have it to show thorns, like if a druid put thorns on himself, so you don't like kill yourself while bursting him, etc. You can set it up. It's very customizable. It's really easy to use. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The next add-on will be Omnicc. It's pretty straightforward. You don't have to do anything. It's the one that gives you the numbers on the cooldown. So watch, I'm going to use Wraithwalk, and you see it gives me that beautiful number right there. It just makes it easier to know when something is off of cooldown. So that's all there is to it. You just install it and it's good to go. Alright guys, so the next add-on will be Quartz. This is basically your cast bar add-on. It just makes the cast bar look better. So I have my focus over here, target over here, and pet over here, but I don't run a pet, so that's why I put it to the side. Just make sure that wherever you put, like the focus, I like to leave it near my focus frame, obviously. So I set up my focus frame over here, and then the focus cast bar will be right under it. Target, I just like it in the middle of the screen. I mean, I don't know why, I just do. So basically this is the menu right here. You can change you can change the colors and the size and all that good stuff. All right, you click the plus sign over here and you can go to each individual. This is the player. Oh yeah, I put you down here. That's what I did, at least. Target, change the size and all that stuff. It's pretty straightforward, honestly, and it's really easy to set up. You can so for the most part, it's pretty set up by default. You just have to place it where you want to place it, okay? And then you just lock it. All right, next add-on. All right, guys, so the next add-on will be called Shadowunitframes, and that's just my unit frames. By default, this is exactly how it looks like. You get to see your runes and your runic power and your health. I like it. It stands out. What you do is you click /SUF, and that will bring up the options. You get to move it around and all that good stuff. General, you can unlock it to move it, and right here. So it also has boss frames if you do PvE. It also has OmniCC support, cooldown count, like, you know, it will pop up just with OmniCC. Pretty much this is default, except the size I changed it, obviously, so you can change it by going to player and changing the size. Frame right here, scale, height, width, there you go. Auras if you wanted to show buffs, but remember, like I said, I have other add-ons to do that stuff for me. And target, and you can, by default, it already hides the proper things from the Blizzard UI, but you can hide extra things if you wanted to. So yeah, all right, next add-on. All right, guys, so the next add-on will be Tidyplates, and that's my nameplate add-on. So I have friendly plates on right now, so that's how it would look like for friendlies. I set it up like that. I will show you how to set it up in a second. This is how it also shows your buffs on top of the target as well. So basically, you go into the interface. I believe there is a problem right now. It's not fully compatible with 7.3 because I cannot even change the spec or anything. But anyway, over here, my theme is gray. So if you can get to gray, it will be gray. I also have it on damage profile, right? And then when you want to edit it, like let's say you're Frost and you have it under damage, you have to go into damage profile, and whatever you do here will be onto the Frost enemy nameplate, right? So basically right here, enemy health bars, this is by default, I believe. If you don't want it to show on all, I don't have it shown on all NPCs because that becomes quite annoying if I have friendly health bars on, so I only have it under players and active damage units, okay? Over here, enemy bar color, I put it by class. So depending on what the class is, that's the color of the nameplate. Friendly bar, I put it by health. I don't know why I just put it like that. That's why it's easy to differentiate, so you don't mix up both. Keep going. Okay, so over here, enable aura widget. I don't need do I need my buffs? Yeah, okay. So enable aura widget, you have include my debuffs, include my buffs, right? So that's basically when you Howling Blast, it will show your Frost Fever and everything else. I believe we don't need our buffs, so let's turn that off. Because Frost Fever and Razor Ice and stuff, it's debuffs. So let's see how it would look like that. Yep, that's exactly how we want it. Remember, now that you have nameplate cooldowns, if you decided to download it, it will overlap. But what you can do is go into nameplate cooldowns and general, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the and you can move them. Let's see how we do that. Always a split reload. No, there is a way to move it. Oh, I think you can't do it in combat, is that why? This should be, oh, right here. So the Y goes up, right? So what you would do is like you bring it up, see? Now it's up, and it'll be in the air, and then you'll have the Tidyplates buffs, debuffs I should say, right under it. And since it'll be different sizes, you'll know how to tell. Alright, and that's it for that. And let's go back into Tidyplates. Is there anything else? I checked off include dispel debuffs on friendly unit because I'm not a healer, so I don't have to do that. But if you're a healer, you can use that. Over here, you scale it, how big, how small. You can also have it like if something is not targeted, which is normal scale, you can put the size that you want. And then when you are targeted or spotlight scale, as they use, it will become bigger, basically. All right, that's pretty much it. But there is something wrong right now. I believe there is a fix on Google. There usually is a fix. I haven't checked it because I think depending on what your settings were beforehand, it will stay like that even after the patch came out. All right, next add-on. All right, guys, so the next add-on will be Skada. This is Skada, it's my damage recount. The menu is on the mini map. You can just right click and this will pop up, or you can click it to toggle the window like that. Pretty much I don't even use the mini map one, I just use it straight from the source. So you can click the second button right here from the left and you will get what you wanted to track. I have it under damage, and then the third one will show you total or current fight. I put on current fight. The X will reset it. The gear looking thing is the menu. So you can also go into it and put configure and change all these. I never mess around with these, mine is all default, but you can if you want to. You can also create another window used by the mode. Okay. Alright, so this is how it looks like. Oh, we don't want dungeoneering, it will one-shot me. Let's go into the training right here. So you see it as it's tracking down my damage, right? If you're in a BG and you want to see how many dispels somebody did, you can just go to dispel right here. So we'll click dispel. It's on dispels right now, and you can click the first thing and basically link it. If you want to link it to the raid, so you can put it under say raid whatever and then just put report and it will report everything, and you can say how many lines you want to show, top 5, top 10, whatever, the whole thing. So if you're doing a BG, it will be, and you want to show everybody's spells, 10. If you want to show just like you know, top 5, you can do that as well, right? You can also show the damage by doing the same thing. Go to damage and just say, so report, it will look like this since I'm the only one doing damage right now, and it will just show me, right? Okay. Alright guys, so for the last add-on, it will be Weakauras 2, and basically Weakauras 2 is a huge add-on that you can customize anything that you want, like make your own icons, etc., to track different buffs, debuffs, whatever you want it to. If I were to go in depth into this add-on, it will take like a long week, basically. That's how many things you can do with this add-on. I do not know everything that you can do with it as well. So basically, if you notice, when I put Remorseless Winter and Pillar of Frost, I have cooldown and icons right here, right? So that's created with Weakauras. So, and also if you go into my Hunger and Rule weapon in Arena, when I pop it, I'm gonna pop it right now. This comes up on the screen, I put it there, and basically that is how your Hunger and Rule weapon when it's up. So I get to keep doing Frost Strikes and Obliterates. When it's down, then I start going back to the old rotation with the Howling Blast procs, because I do not hit Howling Blast while I'm bursting with Hungering Rune weapon. You want to get the most Frost Strikes that you can. Okay, so /WA, and this is the interface that you get. Let's use Pillar of Frost as an example. I do need to change the size. Okay, so basically, Pillar of Frost is right here. Display. We are gonna go to automatic icon. I have it. This is for the text on the inside. So basically, I put on %P because we are tracking the remaining time of a timer or a non-timer value. So that is once you click Pillar of Frost, it's gonna start a countdown going down, depending on how long you have left till it's off of cooldown again, right? but there's different things. Percent T, total, the maximum duration of a timer or a maximum non-timer value, name, icon, stacks, like for Razor Ice if you want to track the stacks of it, because you're using Shattering Strikes for your burst, then that's a good one to use. You can make your own icon. But if you remember when we went over Tidyplates on top, one of the debuffs is Razor Ice, so it does track your 5 stacks, so you will know. But it's a preference. Over here, I put it under yellow, the inside, right? So I can see it pretty easily. You could want it on the inside right here or the outside. NC Team Bold, I found it the best for me. You can change the size, etc. Trigger is basically when do you want this to show up? Like what triggers it? Like I want it to always trigger. So you just apply after you have it. I don't know why I have it on trigger 3, but we'll put it on trigger 1. Yeah, trigger 1. We want it's a cooldown, right? Spell, and then you select the name. Once you start typing in the name of it, it will pop up. Just select it and chart. And this is what you want it to be under. Show always. That way, it will always show up. You can also change that into on cooldown, not on cooldown, so it won't always be in the place that you want it until you select Pillar of Frost. I just like it to always show, so that's why I did that. Over here, you go to load. I have it. This is basically when it will load, basically. So that means that because if you don't do this, then whatever toon you go on, that icon will always be there. You don't want that, right? So you want it to only show up when you are on your DK, basically your account name, and then the player class, I put it, and talent spec of Frost. So when I switch to Unholy or Blood, it will not show up, okay? Pretty straightforward. Animations, you can get crazy with it. Start, like how you want it to start to look like, main, finish, okay. There's a ton of other things that I probably didn't go over, but there is so many things you can do with this add-on. Okay, the best thing, let's get out of this. Let's go, hold on. Okay, so this is the best thing. If you do not know how to make one of these, but you want to track Razor Ice, or you want to track this Pillar of Frost, let's say you still don't know, you don't get it, or Remorseless Winter, you can go to Google and just type in Weakauras for Pillar of Frost, or Weakauras to track Dark Sim, Weakauras to do any of these things, and people will post their Weakauras, and if you like one, they usually have the raw data that you have to copy. And once you copy it, you just go to import right here, you paste it. Once you paste it, you click done, and over here it will tell you import this spell. And it will show the name of it, and you click yes, and then you click done like that. It will pop up over here, and then you can go into it and move it around like you want to. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for this add-ons video. I really hope it helped you and you guys enjoyed it and you took something from it, whether it be one add-on or all add-ons, who knows. I just wanted to say thank you guys for being such a strong team and supporting me and all that good stuff. I do have a really awesome 3v3 arena video coming out in the upcoming week, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, throw that thumbs up, comment down below with your thoughts, and until next time guys, stay frosty.